All right, well, so let's get moving on our mats. So let's go ahead and lift onto our toes and back onto our heels. Wiggle your piggies. And then just align your ankles, knees, and hips. Have a neutral spine with a slight tilt to your pelvis. Draw the navel in, sternum up, shoulders down. Draw the chin in and the crown up. And just take a big inhale through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And just meet yourself on your mat today. Just honor where you are this morning. You can kind of have that observation screen in front of your mind, that just all the thoughts that kind of process through, and those feelings that get stimulated through those thoughts. So today we really want to cultivate mindfulness. Just drawing our attention within. When we are mindful and we're focused on our breath, we're able to control our emotional centers and our responses. Find a more serene state of mind, calming the nervous system. It's gaining that control. We're able to manipulate those feelings through our breathing when we are mindful. Let's just take this opportunity to just acknowledge things as we see them with non-attachment. Notice the feelings, notice the thoughts. And we're going to bring our present state here on our mats through our breath work. So our breath work is really what draws us into the here and now. So we're going to do just some deep cleansing breaths, engaging through that pranayama life force. Where there's prana, there's life. So let's just breathe it in. Connecting to that nostril breathing. You can find that Uiji breath, that audible toning of the vibrational ocean waves that come through the currents to the back of our throat. As we breathe in and out through our nose, just allow our exhale to come longer than our inhale. Bringing our hands at heart center in prayer. As we connect courageously with non-attachment at our heart, feeling God by our side, we'll go ahead and begin, lifting arms all the way up. Lengthen, exhale, fold. Lift up halfway, lift up through the tailbone, and exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet apart. Have a slight bend in your knees. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and sway side to side. Stay mindful in our breathing. Keeping that exhale longer than the inhale. Feel happiness and emotional stability through the breath, building and increasing. And just hold it center. Release the hands, heel toe those feet back together. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step it back, kneeling. And cat and cow, shoulders and wrists line up. Be mindful of the breath. Exhale as we round. Inhale, release. Exhale, round. Exhale as we close. Inhale as you open up. Just keeping that flow. When our breath alters our emotional states, we can shift from sadness to happiness as we breathe, being mindful. Just a couple more. And our last one, you're going to sit back on your heels. And then reach out, lengthen, drop your hips down. And then press right back, child's pose. And then reach out, drop those hips, stay on your knees, just round on your back, and then press it back and forth. Just moving, flowing, breathing. And then your last one, bring it back to that child's pose. And then lift up kneeling. And take your right arm, lift it up behind you to that right heel. If you can bend in that toes towards the mat, lifting that heel up higher. Reach the left arm over, press those hips forward. Then release it down, child's pose. Lift up kneeling, lift the right arm up, left heel up, reach that left hand back, press those hips forward. And then release it back down, child's pose. Lift up, reach the left arm, curl the left toes, reach that right arm back, and then bring it right back down. And just make this a flowing motion, cartwheel those arms. You can lift that toe if you need to, you can keep that heel flat, cartwheel those arms down, press in, lift up, right arm back, left arm up, cartwheel the arms, child's pose, and just flow, left arm back, left heel lifts, right arm up. And just flow a couple more times. Just finding that movement. You can keep that heel flat, foot flat, and keep the heel down. If you have the depth, the reach back as you press in. One more time each side. And then hold in your child's pose. And then walk your hands out, dropping those hips. And then press it back just a couple more times. Rock it back, dropping those hips. Press it out, drop it down. And this time when you press back, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels, shake your head. Shake, shake, shake. Having that conscious awareness of the breath as it moves through the body. Lifting the heels, gaze between your hands, and just little pulses in your thighs. Squat nice and deep in those thighs. Gaze between your hands. Grip with those fingers. And then step or hop to the top. Hold in your fold. Exhale, lift up halfway. Then fold. Squat deep into your chair. Lift your chest, hands, prayer. And just press into those thighs. Squeeze in those thighs. Roll that pelvis under. Reach those arms high. Shoulder blades down and back. And just little pulses right here. So ignite some fire in those thighs. Again, keeping navel to spine. Shoulders down. Sit deep, hold. And then bring hands to heart center. Take a big inhale, lift. Take your left hand to your right wrist and exhale, side body over. Ears and elbows side by side. Gaze up through your armpit. And then lift other side. Reach up, lengthen, exhale over. And then lift up. Take your hands into your hips. Heel toe those feet apart. Press into those hips, press back. So we did those lifts and movements. So we should be able to get a little bit deeper than we thought we could. And then have that bend in your knees. Press those hips forward, round into your spine, gaze up. And then slowly lift it up. Heel toe those feet back together. Bring those hands back to prayer. Take a big inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Take that right leg back, left leg forward, drop to that back knee, press those hips forward. And straighten that leg, walk those fingertips forward, hold. Then take this leg, step it back, kneeling, 2 cat and cows. Round it, tuck it, chin to chest, release it again, cat and cow, tuck it. And then come down, chin, chest down, gaze forward. Slide those feet back, cobra pose, hover your hands. Glue your feet to the mat. And then push up, downward facing dog. Hold in your down dog. Take that right foot, kick that leg up, flex into that foot, center that hip. Tap the floor and lift. Tap and lift. Arms are long, fingers grip. You got 4, 3, 2, and your last one, lift it up, bending that knee, stacking that hip. Lift that knee a little higher, pull that leg through, drop to your back knee. Pull that chest forward, that knee and ankle line up, and then straighten that leg, fingertips forward. Generating happiness as we step to the top of our mats. Take a big inhale, lift. Come to your chair, hold, hands prayer. Little pulse the second time, pulse in, pulse in. Reach those arms up, shoulder blades down, roll the pelvis under. Ignite that fire. And 4 more, and 3 more, and 2 more, and sit deep, hold, squeeze, breathe. And then lift all the way up. Take your hand, right hand around your left wrist. Exhale over the side body. Gaze up through the armpit. And then release the other side. Find that wrist. Exhale over. Press those hips to the side. Shoulders and elbows line up. And then release. Fists into the small of your back. Press those hips forward. Bend in those knees. Round those shoulder blades down and back. Press them forward. Gaze up. And then slowly lift it up. Heel toe those feet back together. Hands to heart center. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Squat deep. Gaze forward. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Bring it out to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Push up. Downward facing dog. Lift up those heels. Gaze between your hands. Squat into your thighs. Take a big step or hop to the top. Take a big inhale, lift. Find your chair. Big inhale, lift. Find your fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Take the left leg back, right leg forward. Drop to your back knee. Press those hips in. Fingertips onto the mat. Knee and ankle line up as you press, press, press. Then straighten the legs. Walk those fingertips forward. Sit back a little deeper. Then step that foot back, 2 cat and cows. Round it, tuck it. Round it and tuck it, and then chin, chest down, tailbone up. And then slide those feet back, find your cobra. Toes to the mat, engage your back. Hover those hands to activate the muscles, and then release, push up. Downward facing dog. Left leg kicks, center your hip. Toes towards the mat as you center them and tap the floor and lift. Tap and lift, tap and lift, tap and lift, tap and lift. And 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and your last one, lift it up, bend in that knee, stack in your hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the reset of your parasympathetic nervous system as you focus on deep breathing. And then bring that leg through. Drop to that back knee. Left leg forward, right knee down. Press those hips in as you walk that foot a little further forward. And then straighten the leg. And then lunge it, step it. Find that emotional stability to the top of our mat as we stay mindful in our breathing and come right back to our chair. Hands are prayer. Sit deep. So we're going to reach those arms. Little pulses again. Only this time step it out wide off your mat. Impulse. Then step together, impulse. Then step out wide, impulse. Step together, impulse. And wide, impulse. Together, apart. Together, apart. Together, apart, together, and apart. Squatted, sit deep, keep pulsing, and breathing. Several more. Together, apart, together, apart, together, apart, together, apart. How about 4 more each side? Step it, step it, step it. 3 more, and step, and step, and step. 2 more, and step, and step, step. Last one, step it, and step it. Together, center. Now hold. Roll the pelvis under, shoulders down. Long spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Just hold in this posture, this asana. So we find our meditative place. Find the breath to be restored. So you find that nostril breathing. As we move side to side, our heart rate could elevate it. We can move to mouth, in and out, breathing. Just come back to a little reset. Feel the fire in those thighs. Hang in there. Sit deep. Breathe deep. Allow your exhale to come longer than your inhale. And then lift up nice and tall. Place those palms together. Elbows and elbows, side to side. Press those hips round into your back. Gaze up. Find that beautiful back bend, and then exhale all the way over fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step back, downward, facing dog. Bring it out to plank. Elbows tuck in, fingers press in. Chaturanga, hover, hold. Shoulders and elbows line up. Long spine. Flip those toes upward, facing dog. Push up, downward, facing dog. Breathe. Check in. Heel toe those feet to the edges of your mat. Arms are nice and long. Take your right hand to your left ankle. Gaze through your armpit. Put the tailbone high as you rotate, revolve. And then bring it back center, other side. And then bring it back center. Heel toe those feet back together. Take that right foot, lift it up, center that foot. Flexing that heel, tap that floor and lift it right back up. Tap it and lift it. This time try to rock it a little further forward. Pull that leg straight through as you bring it towards the inside, towards your thumb, towards the pad of that finger. And lift it up. Rock it forward. So as you rock it forward, your hands become your feet. Feel grippy. Suction cup your hands. Shoulders and wrists line up. Tailbone stays high. That back left toe, you rock up high onto it. Just lift it. You pull that femur up into your hip socket as you pull that leg through so it doesn't touch the floor. And again, it's your personal best. If you're having to just step it and it's just a little ways, it's okay. Press in, lift forward. Some days you'll find you get a little more step than you can other days. And your last one, kick it up high, stack that hip, knee up. Then bring that leg through. Drop that back heel down. Press those hips forward and lift the torso. Warrior one. Press in, deepen. Hold and breathe. Roll the knife edge of the foot out. Shoulder blades down. Just breathe. Smile. Release any tension. Again, remember mindfulness. So we gotta be mindful. And it starts with the physical body. So how we carry ourselves really kind of affects internally how we feel. So if you notice any tension in the shoulders, relax them down. Soften the face, put a smile on it. And then take your hands, squeeze them behind you. And we're gonna find chest expansion. So imagine you're squeezing a beach ball, if you can. As we're here, we wanna make sure those front toes stay 12 o'clock, back big toes about 11:30, ankles line up, press in. If you can reach those fingers back together, aligning your palms together. Then lift up and chest expand, squeeze. Round into your back, gaze up, lunge deeper in. And just be mindful with the breath as you allow the exhale to come longer than the inhale. Feeling the body as you breathe. Observing any thoughts and emotions that pop up without judgment, without attachment. And then come into humbled warrior. Lunge all the way to the side, arms reach up to the sky, shoulder and knee side by side. Drop your head, shake it. Gaze goes back to your big toes. And then lift, keep those arms, lift the chest, reach back deep and down, lunge into that front leg. We're gonna flow back and forth several times and then come back to humbled warrior. Shoulder and knee meet. And then flow back up, lift the torso, stay lunged to deepen that leg. Press those palms together, lengthen that leg, deepen into it, and then bring it back. Shoulder and knee line up. Release the hands, pop that back heel up, come nice and deep into that runner's lunge and just pulse in. Hold it, take that left hand, press it down, rotate, shoulder stack, press into that hand. Lift up your right heel. Take that top right leg and you're bring it tree pose into side plank. Lift your hips. If you need to find your bottom knee for assistance, you can. Or instead of tree at your thigh, you can place it on to your mat for assistance. Now we're going to take that foot and step it behind you. Lift your hips, reach your arms. Open up. Breathe. And so that right back toe is just lifted up behind you as you lift in those hips. You open up your chest towards the sky. And then flip yourself back over, center plank. Drop to your forearms into your plank. Then use your left hand, press it up, then drop with your left forearm down and hold it down. Now this time press with your right hand and press it up. Then right forearm comes down. The left hand presses up. The left forearm goes down. The right hand presses up. The right forearm goes down. Fully extended or kneeling. Left hand presses. Left forearm down. Right hand presses. Right forearm down. One more time each side. Left press. Forearm down. Right press. Forearm down and hold. Hold in your forearm. Hold, hold, hold. Now we're going to come all the way down and find our Sphinx pose. So lay all the way down, shoulder blades bend down and back, round the shoulder blades down, tuck the pelvis under, lift the thighs up, thighs, thighs, thighs. If you stay on your knees, stand up, otherwise pop off your knees. Another version of most of a plank, feet are flat, pelvis is rolled under. Hold, hold, hold. Flip the toes, lift the hips, dolphin pose. Hold in your dolphin, tailbone high to the sky. Head does not touch the mat. Elbows and forearms line up. And then press those hands downward, facing dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward, facing dog. Push up, downward, facing dog. Lift the heels, squat into your thighs, gaze between your hands, take a big step or hop to the top. Take a big inhale, lift. Find your chair. Lift. Find your fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back, downward dog. Bring it out to plank. Chaturanga, upward, facing dog. Push up, downward, facing dog. Take that left leg, kick it up, center your hip. Flexing your heel, toes towards the mat. Tap the floor and lift. Well, this time as you tap and lift, you're going to shift your weight forward. Try to bring that foot through. Your hands grip like your feet, suction cup. Grip those fingers, the knife edge of your hands, kiss the floor. As you grip in, You step that left leg through. Try to get towards the palm of your hand. Keep the leg straight. Pull that femur up into your hip socket. Again, doing your personal best. Linking breath with movement. Just a couple more. And your last one, lift that left leg, bend in that knee, stacking your hip with that knee high. Breathe in, breathe out. And then bring that leg all the way through. Warrior one. Drop that heel down, press in. Full body breathing, feel the symphony of the breath. As you press in, feel the powerfulness through the physical essence and through our subtleties of the internal body, as that breath flows in and out. Feeling reset, restored, and invigorated at the same time through our breathing. Feel the mind is clear, the spirit is elevated through mindfulness in the breath, mindfulness in our movement, mindfulness in our attention with non-attachment. And as we lunge into that warrior one, take those arms, press them, reach them back behind you for chest expansion. So press those palms together. If you can't quite get those palms lined up together, just squeeze that beach ball. Squeeze in, it's imaginary. Lunge deep into that leg, lift up those palms. Don't rest your hands on your booty. Lunge into that thigh, lift up the heart center, shoulders down and back. Breathe in, breathe out. Then humbled warrior, bring it over. Shoulder and knee line up, those palms reach high to the sky. And then slowly lift back up towards the stability. Stay lunge deep. Gaze is up. Breathe in, breathe out. And then again, send it to the side. Shoulders line up with that knee, palms high to the sky. Lunge in, deepen. And then slowly lift it right back up. Stay nice and deep. Press in, breathe in. You got that one more time. Bring it to the side. Make sure your knees and ankles stay in alignment. Hold and breathe. And then slowly unravel the hands. Bring that back heel up nice and deep into that runner's lunge. And then the right hand is down, left hand pops up. Shoulders stack, gaze is up. And then lift that left heel. Become light on that toe. And you're going to pivot yourself into side plank. Take that left foot and find tree pose as you lift your hips higher. Now, if you need stability, if you want to find your bottom knee, you can, or you can take that top foot and just place it on the floor for assistance. Now we're going to take that top left leg and flip it, step it behind you. As you lift your hips higher, open up your chest. Gaze is up. Find a little rounding to your back. Lift up, hold, and breathe. Then flip it back, center, drop to your forearms. Forearm plank. Then press with your right hand, press it up and press it in. Then drop with that forearm, drop it down. Then left hand presses, then left forearm goes down. Then right forearm comes down. Now left presses and then goes down. And then right. Move side to side. Now left. And then right. And then left. And then a couple more times on that right, press it. To the left, press it. One more time to the right. And one more time to the left. And then hold in your forearm plank. Make sure shoulders and elbows are in alignment. Long spine, press in. And then slowly shift your weight, bring it all the way down. Flatten your feet and find your Sphinx pose. Roll the pelvis under. Tuck it under. Everything lifts off the mat. If you're on your knees for stability, that's fine. If you want to increase the intensity, lift off, feet are flat. Tuck in, hold and breathe. Gaze, keep the neck aligned with the spine. So over the edge of your mat, gazing forward, press in. And then just lift your hips, lift those toes, dolphin pose. Hold and breathe in your dolphin. Ears are side by side with those forearms. Elbows and shoulders line out, tailbone high to the sky. Then press into your hands, downward facing dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Shake your head. Then lift your heels, gaze between your hands, squat into your thighs. Take a big step or hop to the top. Take a big inhale, lift. Find your chair. Hold right here in that chair. Hands are prayer. Take your right foot, lift it up. Place it onto your left knee. Drop that hip open and then have a seat. Allow that hip to open up. Breathe in, breathe out. And then stay right here. And then just slowly just gonna lift up, keep that knee, foot on that knee, hold it. And then come right back down, have a seat. Get a little deeper this time. And then straighten it. And then one more time, have a seat. And then lift it, hold it. And then the next time you come down, if you want to practice toe balancing, you can come down, you can stay right here and hold, or bring your hands down in front of you, sit down, and then walk them around to your side. So now your sit bone is balancing on your heel. You have this foot balancing on your knee, equal distribution of the weight. You can sit here. You can stay in that chair and just hold. If you want to try your toe balance, come down and toe balance. You bring one hand up and you'll find you're better on one side than the other. You can bring both hands up and balance. Find that distri that helps you focus. Some days you can be better than others. Nah. Today's not my day. And then if you're all the way down, just release that leg. If you're in your squat, lift it up and let's shake it out. And then we'll come to the other side. So have a chair. Have a seat in it. Then lift the left leg. And place that left foot onto your right knee and have that seat. Hands prayer. Drop this knee down. Open up that hip. Press into those palms. And then as you right here, just lift up. Press that foot into that thigh. And then have a seat. Nice and slow. Get a little deeper. And then lift up. Squeeze it in. Balance. Let that hip open up. And then have a seat. I like it so much. I think I want to do it one more time. Just lift up, press in, squeeze, activate that hip, and then have a seat, and then come down slowly. Bring yourself down. You can stay right where you're at, or you can bring yourself all the way down and stay in that chair and balance again on that sit bone with your heel, right at your bum. And that knee helps with balance. That foot is out. Find the flex, shoulders are down. Find that distri, that focal point, engaging those bandhas, which I've not really talked about much in this practice, but engaging bandhas always through our practice. So that pelvic floor at your navel, join chin in. You may find you can't really, today I'm feeling it in my right knee. So I'm not even going to try without my hands because I'm honoring myself today and my limitations. So just sitting, holding. If you're all the way down, you can slowly work yourself out. If you're in that standing chair, you can release the leg wherever you are, and let's just shake it out. Shake it, shake it. Whew. All right. Now let's just align those ankles, knees, and hips. Lift onto those toes, back onto your heels, hands prayer, heart center. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back, downward facing dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. This time, let's take the left leg, kick it up, stack your hip. Let your foot dangle behind you and flip your dog and lift your hips. Reach your arm high to the sky. If you can't get yourself flipped all the way over, you can step yourself around and you can find tabletop and just flip those fingers and lift your bottom. Shoulders line up, knees and ankles line up. So either holding tabletop or lifting, reaching. One arm forward, prep to our wheel. Lift those hips, then flip it back. Kick that left leg high, bring it through crescent lunge and stay nice and low. Elongate, now lift the torso, reach the arms, shoulder blades down. And we're gonna flow archer pose. Sit back nice and deep. So archer, lift those front left toes. Lunge back into that right leg. Those toes turn to the back right corner. Thumbs on the inside. As if you're pulling a bow and arrow. Reach back. Engaging, feeling strong. With courageous hearts. Trusting we have God by our side. Sit a little deeper in. And then pivot right back. Crescent lunge. Hold and breathe. Center those hips deep and down. Check in, maintain the integrity as you breathe in and out. Then pull it back, archer pose. Sit deep, feeling the courage within. Brave heart. And then come back. Crescent lunge. Inhaling, empowerment. Exhaling, joy. Smile. Yay. And then pull it back, archer pose. Sit nice and deep. And then drop that front toe, pivot yourself, warrior two towards the back. So now it's your right leg forward, left leg's long, lunge nice and deep into it, arms, warrior two. Find reverse, warrior, flip that arm up. And then find your side angle. So your forearm can rest on your thigh, hand down to the side, shoulders are stacked. So torso activation, we're gonna lift right back up. Flip all the way up to reverse. Stay lunging deep into that front right leg. Then cartwheel yourself back down, side angle. Then flip up, reverse. Then side angle. And reverse it. And side angle. Reverse it. Side angle. Two more, lift up, reverse. Side angle. And your last one, reverse, hold it. Sit down a little deeper into it. Hold and breathe. Wrap that back. Left hand around to that front right thigh. Sit deep, sit deep. And then find side angle. Keep that hand wrapped around. Shoulders are stacked. You're already halfway there for your prep to bind. Now, if you want to take that bottom hand, hug yourself. This is your version of binding. Stay right here. If you want to take your hand underneath and find your other hand's shoulders stacked, gaze is up, stay right here in it. What you don't want to do is pull your chest down towards the mat. You want to keep everything stacked and lined up. So that hand's already back behind you, pulling those shoulders down and back. If you want to get a little deeper, clasping hands underneath, you can. Just an option. We're going to come birds of paradise. So if you're here, even with your hand behind you or at your chest, first option, as you come in and you're here, you want to step the back foot up and you're going to take the leg that's hugging, place it under your knee and lift yourself up. Modified birds of paradise. If you're fully bound, hands clasped, take that back left leg, step it up, lift the right foot and lift it up. So wherever you are, step it up. Lift up. If you fall over, it's okay. And then once you're up, you want to pull that shoulder blade back on the right side. If you want to try to kick that right leg out, you can. Find that version that works for you. You're either holding with your hand under your knee to open up, balancing, just holding that knee, or bound with birds of paradise. Wherever you are, slowly bring yourself back down. Step that left leg back. Whoop, unravel your hands. Lunge nice and deep, and then take that right leg, kick it up. Then pull it in, heart center, plank pose, chin to chest. Kick it up. Out wide. Kick it up. Crisscross. Kick it up. Pull it center. Kick it up. Out wide. Kick it up. Crisscross. Kick it up. Pull it center. Kick it up. Out wide. Kick it up. Crisscross. Kick it up. And then all that tapping to our floor. You're going to tap, if you want, right here to grip with your hands. You want to step that left foot up a little bit. It's your opportunity to get upside down, so grip with your hands. Leg is high. If you want to pull that leg through, keep kicking and pulling through. You're welcome to come here to work. If you want to kick it up and work on kicking, getting some air, you're welcome to work in at space. Listen to your body. Your hands become your feet. Press in, grip in, arms are strong, tuck the pelvis. Use the breath. And then wherever you are, bring it out. If you need child's pose, find it. If you want chaturanga, upward dog, go for it. If you're in your child's pose, come back to downward facing dog. Take that left leg, kick it up. Bring it through, come to a center straddle. Move side to side. Side to side, side to side. Move it, groove it, side to side. Woo! As we strengthen our nervous system, our immune system, our cardiovascular system. Deep breaths. Engaged movement. And center, hold it. Lift up halfway. Then exhale, fold. Hands to your ankles. Gaze between your legs. Lift up, turn those toes out. Little pulses in your thighs. Booty popping. Hang in there. You got 4. You got 3. You got 2. You got last one. Hold it. Sit deep. Lift up your arms and chest. Sit nice and deep. Reach. So our body links. Our breath links, I should say, our breath links with our body and our mind. It links to our past and our future. Our breath is what draws us into the here and now. So breathe. Lift the heels. Sit deep. Hold. Letting go of attachment to our past, attachment to a future outcome, and just allow ourselves to fully be present. In the presence of the here and now moment, this is our gift, to stay joy, stay hopeful, to have peace, to be happy. So another inch deeper into it. Bring your hands prayer to heart center. Humbled in gratitude. And then slowly lift up, keep the heels up, point, lift, lift, reach those arms overhead. Then pivot yourself around triangle pose. So fasten those hips, reach in your arms, lengthen, hold it, breathe through it. Now you can choose to stay here. Those arms are reaching and expanding. If you need assistance, You can always place that hand down and reach that arm up. If you want to try to meet that back hand up and over to the top hand, reach up so the right hand is extended out, left hand reaches up and meets it. But your gaze is through your armpit. Again, your chest doesn't fall down over to the side. We're lined up between two panes of glass. So hip stack, shoulder stack, gaze is up through that armpit. Reach, expand, hold, and breathe. Then slowly pivot yourself around. Drop the left hand down, drop the left hip down, and gaze up. Revolved, balancing. We're not balancing, it's just revolved. Trikonasana. Triangle. And then release it. Lunge into that thigh. Take that leg, kick it high. And then bring it out, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, gaze between your hands, squat into your thighs, take a big step or hop to the top. Take a big inhale, lift, find your chair. Lift, find your fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back, downward facing dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Right leg this time, lift it, stack your hip. Let that foot dangle behind you, flip your dog and lift your hips. Reach high to the sky, reach that arm up and over. Lift, lift, lift. Again, if you need tabletop, just drop that foot, flip yourself around. Lift those hips, shoulders and wrists line up, knees and ankles line up, lifting your hips. Find that place that works for you. Everything can be modified. Honor your body, honor your mind, hear your spirit. Then take it, flip it back. Kick that right leg high to the sky and bring it through crescent lunge. Press in and lift the torso, reach it high. Nice and deep, nice and low in that crescent as you reach those arms up. Back heels up. At any time you need that back knee, find it. And then you're going to pivot back, archer pose. So the right toes lift. Lunge into that back left knee. Those left toes turn to the corner. Reach those arms and thumbs on the inside. Elbow comes back on that back left elbow. So if you're pulling a bow and arrow, the arrow of love. Sit deep. Have courage in the heart. Feeling brave and courageous as we stay present in the here and now. Being mindful of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. Sit a little deeper. Feeling calmness within the parasympathetic nervous system. Feeling joy flowing abundantly. And let's move back, crescent lunge. Get nice and deep. As we flow back and forth, feel that essence just flowing in and out, moving. Sit deep into that lunge. Then back, archer deepen. Back, crescent lunge. And then back, crescent deepen. Then pivot around, center your hips, warrior two. Front toes forward, deepen in, back foot's parallel to the back edge. So this is your right foot on the, which was the front of our mat, but now it's the back. Left toes forward at the back. Heart expands, deepen down, and you're gonna lift that front left arm up and over into reverse. And then find side angle. Your forearm can rest on your thigh, your hand can come all the way down on the inside. And torso stability, we're gonna flow, lift that arm, reach up and over. Then come side angle. Then find reverse. Then find side angle. Then find reverse. And then find side angle. And find reverse. Stay deep in that lunge. Find side angle. Find reverse. And find side angle. How about one more time? Reverse it. And then find side, find side angle, and then come back reverse, because I forgot. We gotta wrap that hand around. Hug that thigh. Kiss it, deepen down into it. Be present. If you can't get all the way around, it's okay. If your hand's just in the small of your back. As far back as you can get it around, wrap that around. Shoulder's gonna pull back. It's gonna stack your chest open. As you fall over to the side, in that side angle, your chest is stacked open. That bottom left hand can hug your shoulder. You can hug your shoulder here, or you can place your hand underneath and find your fingers behind you. You want to stay hinging, lined up, not falling forward. So if you're here, you want to take that back right foot, step it up. So you hold in, lift up that left leg. Balancing for your birds of paradise. That left shoulder pulls back, opens up in that hip, and you can extend that leg out. Again, if you are modifying, just lifting in that knee, you are holding that leg. You're stepping it up, keeping that hand back behind you, lifting that thigh and lifting it up, and holding, pulling those shoulder blades back, opening that hip, hold and breathe. There is a space in your practice for you to execute the moves that work for you. If you're in your birds of paradise still, slowly find yourself bringing yourself back down, stepping it back, woo, releasing those hands as I wobble all around. Step it back nice and deep. Then kick that left leg up, pull it into your heart center plank pose. Kick it up, out wide, kick it up, crisscross, kick it up, bring it center, kick it up, out wide, kick it up, crisscross, kick it up, bring it center, last time through, bring it wide, kick it up, crisscross, now kick it high. Now press into those hands. This time, if you tap the floor, you need to step that right foot up a bit. You can. You can pull it through, step it up, kick it up, pull it through, step it up, or you can get some air, tap that floor, lift and kick. Lift and kick, grip with those fingers, and slowly start to spring off and balance. Grip with those fingers, balance, breathe, hold. As you press in, arms become, and hands become your legs and feet. Breathe, engaging the bandhas. As you fall over, tuck and roll, be safe. You can always have a wall behind you when you set up your mat. And then wherever you are, find child's pose or a little chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up. And if you're in your child's pose, come back to your down dog. Take the right leg, kick it up, bring it through, come to your center straddle, and move side to side. Move it and groove it. And then center, hold it, straddle it. Hands to your ankles, lifting the tailbone, lift up halfway, exhale, fold, gaze through your tailbone. Don't hold your breath, hang in there. And then place your fingertips down, turn those toes out, and then pop that bottom up and down. So literally, we store a lot of crap, stuff in our bodies we don't need to hold on to, emotions, feelings that don't serve us. Our hips are a big storage center. So sit a little deeper. It's like a symbol to knock it out. Hold nice and deep, turn those toes out, lift the torso, sit deep. Whoops, I fall forward. All right, ankles and knees line up. Sit nice and deep in this center. Shoulders down and back. Expand through the heart center. Lift your heels, balance and breathe. Just holding your guys, balancing in this pose. Connecting to that UIG breath. Feel it oscillating. Again, feeling that the powerfulness within the physical essence as well as the subtleties of the innerness. Drop another inch. Bringing those hands with gratitude at heart center. Reach up nice and tall. Lift on those toes. Heels up, heels down. Sash your hips, toes. Point towards the front on that left leg. Back foot's parallel. Reach the arms, palms up. Really lengthen, 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 reach. So again, you're pressed between those two panes of glass. Arms are out. If you really want to lengthen that left arm, accentuate it. Then bring the right arm up over top to meet it. Gaze is through your armpit. Everything's lined up, stacked. If you need assistance, that hand can come down on your shin. On the left arm, right hand's up to the sky. Don't put pressure on your knee if your hand's down. Again, activating torso stability. If your arms are fully extended out. Don't hold your breath. And then slowly pivot around. Drop the right hand down. Again, that can be at your shin or all the way to your mat as you drop that right hip, shoulders rotate, stacked. Left hand's high in the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release it. Bring those hands down. Lunge nice and deep. Take that leg, kick it high to the sky. And then bring it out. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Little check-in. Lift the heels, gaze between your hands, squat into your thighs. Take a big step or hop to the top. Ooh. Take a big inhale, lift. Find your chair. Big inhale, lift. Hands heart center. We're doing dancer pose. Let's get our dance on. Feel graceful and elegant. Just kidding. All right. Yeah, that little inner ballerina, I wish I was. Right hand clasp on the inside of your right foot. Pull your knees together. So we're not pulling this leg out and they're not popping out to the side. Hips stay lined up, knees stay lined up. So hands on the inside, knees lined up. Hinge your leg up behind you, chest opens, and just begin to hinge and lift. Keep that knee tracked in. Don't let the hip pop out to the side. Take your gaze forward. And then release it. If you need a little reset to do that again, go right ahead. Need to move around, go ahead. We'll do that twice on each side. So I have an opportunity. So again, left hand on the inside of the left foot. Hips track in, knees track in. Right arm lifts and begin to slowly lift that leg. Find that focal point as you lift your back leg. Keep the chest lifted and just keep lifting. Don't hold your breath. Need that prana life force, breathing in and then slowly release it. And we'll try it again on each side. So right hand, right foot. Pull the knee in. Left arm's up. And again, start to round in your back. Keep that chest upright. To begin to hinge, the leg comes a little higher. The chest will start to deepen, but keep that gaze forward. Try to keep those standing toes facing forward. And then release. And then one more time, other side. Left foot, left hand. Knees together, right arm up. Begin to hinge the body as you lift the back leg. Again, this is your personal dancer pose. Dancing to the voice within you, the spirit that resonates within. Feeling drenched in love and light and goodness. And then release it. Shake it. Whoop, whoop. All right, all right. Okay. So line those ankles, knees, and hips. Lift on your toes, back onto your heels, hands to heart center. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, deep and hold. Hands to your ankles, gaze between your kneecaps. And then drop your bottom down, have a seat. Lengthen your legs out in front of you. Lifting those toes. Reach, pull your chest forward. Exhale, fold. And then lift up. Feet and knees and ankles line up. Hands and wrists line up. So option 1, you're here in tabletop. Option 2, you can come back into your wheel. Fingertips right here, line up. Next, just past your ears. You're gonna press in and you're gonna lift up. Those fingertips are towards your heels. Thumbs are even lined up. Pull your chest through. Lift your hips. So as you're rounding, if you're in your tabletop, your fingertips are towards your heels also. Lifting your bottom up. Gaze is up. Holding, breathing. Tabletop. Hands flip back by your ears, just a little bit past, and you lift up. And you round. Pull that chest forward. You can walk those feet closer in. You can lift your heels. Press in. Round in. Drop your head. And then slowly, wherever you are, bring yourself from your tabletop or your wheel all the way down. And pull your knees into your chest. Find happy baby. So take your hands to the knife edge of your feet, knees out wide, tailbone down to your mat. Pull it in. Tailbones down. And then rock yourself up seated. And before we finish, we're gonna do some breath work. So pull your heels in, pull your chest forward, butterfly. Knees are out wide. Pull it in, pull your chest forward. Maybe walk your hands forward. You can walk to one side, and then walk to the other side, and then walk at center. Someone doesn't have their thing muted. And then center, and then walk it back, and lift up tall, hold and breathe. And we're gonna work here into our lotus, and we're gonna work on some breath work. So our palms are up. So we're gonna work in a pointed breath, a square, just a little box breath. So it's an inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. So keep holding, keep breathing. Hang in there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start counting it. So I'm going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, and 1, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to normal breathing. And notice the difference in how you feel. That draws us into such a present moment state of awareness. In this space, we relinquish our pain body when we're in the present. We're connected to the Prana life force. And we are enlightened into our bliss body. Feeling that peace of mind. Having joy that's at our seat of our soul that starts to bubble forth. And when we have our happiness and our joyfulness meeting as we relinquish the pain or anything that we're holding on to that doesn't serve us, such as fear and doubt and worry, anxiety or sadness, when we let all those things go, we can truly come into that lightened state of bliss. So with our courageous hearts, let's bring our hands to heart center, trusting God is by our side, and that is our gift, knowing that bliss is that state of grace and faith, trusting that all is going to be okay. Let's go ahead and take 3 big inhales, lifting arms all the way up. Exhale. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale. And one more big inhale. Then exhale, you go. Have a magnificent day. Whatever you do, make it amazing. Namaste. Mwah. Love you guys.